Okay, hello. We are just finishing phase 4 of our table. I had it clamped together with all my biscuits in, so now I'm going to unclamp it. And what I want to do is I'm going to router a fancy design on the underside of the top, and then I'm going to attach it. And to do this on the underside, I could do it on table, but to use a new tool, I want to try using the hand router. And the hand router is very similar to the table router, except you hold it in your hand and you put it on top of the wood instead of underneath. So this needs to stay flat on your wood, and the little silver bit needs to go tight to the edge. It's one of those things where if you get set up well, you'll end up doing well. So I take a practice piece, and I'm going to make sure everything's set up, and that I know how to use the tool well before I move on to my actual tabletop. Just be careful when you're clamped in here that you're not going to hit any of the metal bits, and yeah. Now, like I said, you want to keep this plate flat, you want to keep the silver tight to the edge of the wood. And the last thing is, on the table router, you always move the one direction. Well, same with this, you need to move the proper direction. So there's a little arrow on the plate, and you need to put that against the wood, and then always travel in that direction. And that matters a lot. So, here we go. So I have it set how I want. I encourage you to practice corners because they're the really tricky part to keep it tight. Once you're ready, we can move on to the underside of your tabletop. Okay, there we go. Now I fancied up that bottom edge. I'm happy with it. So the last thing left to do is to sand the tabletop and then attach it to my table. Okay, so once I have it sanded, I want to basically take my tabletop or table base, and I want to attach it to the top. What I really want to do is make sure that it's even all the way around, make some little marks, put some glue on the top, and then screw it using my Craig jig screws that I have left here. So, mark it out exactly how it should be, making sure it's even on both sides. Once I have it marked out, what I want to do is put some glue on the tabletop and then screw it to my base. If I need to use some clamps to hold it tight, then I can do that. So here we go. Just enough glue so we're not going to have a big mess. Put exactly how I want. And if it's not sitting flat, you might need to clamp it. Make sure to use the 1 1/4 Craig jig screws that we have been using. And there we go. We're ready to do our final sanding and our finishing.